Hello everyone, welcome to a new video for Ethereum, Solana and SUI price prediction based on Elliott Wave analysis. We're gonna start with Ethereum here on the daily and all-time history actually to see what is going on and what it might happen for Ethereum next after this massive move yesterday. So on the all-time history, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 and a 5, wave 1 or wave A as an impulse finished over there. After this, we start a very long sideways correction here for Ethereum, where we saw 3 waves down, 3 waves up again, 3 waves down, and currently 3 waves up again, in case this is going to be considered as a zigzag. However, internally, it can be a double 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and then 4 and a 5 for a wave 1, 2, which is being tested right now. And yesterday, of course, was the peak of the test, which means, of course, we have reached the final zone here, or the final target for wave 2 in case we are bullish, 0.786, which is, of course, next also 886, meaning, of course, definitely here invalidation of anything bullish as a 1, 2, and potentially, of course, we are looking for something deeper, which it might turns here at 3 waves down, and then again 3 waves up for a wave X, and this 3 waves down and 3 waves up again is an ABC expanding flat for wave Y. By all means, this wave Y will simply extend to the 1.38, 1.618 taken from the A to the B to the C here. Because, of course, again, 3 ways down, 3 ways up by taking the low and invalidation of anything bullish there. That means, of course, it is a confirmation for something as bearish unfolding here. In a wave C, of course, to hit the target $861 here. This is a very bearish scenario, of course, in case this happened, but confirmation for this is still, of course, required to take the 886, of course, which increases the possibility for this bearish scenario. And finally, taking the low is a total confirmation for a bear market, meaning here, of course, it's a confirmation for lower. Okay. So this is what we are looking for right now. Definitely this is turning into a wave Y here as an expanding flat. And then, of course, finishing up as this bigger W, X, and a Y. And then potentially wave B or a wave 2. And then pushing for higher, but much more likely wave B than a wave 2. Because, yeah, WXYs are much more for wave B or a wave 4. Not usually for wave 2. So we'll see what's gonna happen, of course, over there for Ethereum, and if we are still looking for something much more bearish than this. So basically, on the 2 hours chart here, we are looking at the following scenario, or 4-hour chart, let's say, where we have a 1, 2 there, as I explained. Of course, we have 1, 2, another 1, 2, wave 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5, potentially finishing wave 1. Then having an ABC, of course, for something, for something bearish here. It can be corrective, but it can be much more bearish than this, where it might open a 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, as explained, of course, and an expanding flat, of course, for a wave Y, especially that this can represent here something as diagonal. Well, even it can be several 1, 2s here, and this diagonal also is another 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, and a 5. Continuation toward the downside. This is very bearish, of course. Now, currently, if we are looking to finish up, of course, this wave Y in W, X, and a Y, well, it should be have finished and done over there. Okay, for a wave Y, meaning an ABC, this is, of course, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost finished. But if we are in a 1, 2 here and wave 3 is still unfolding, well, can be, of course, a wave 3 already finished there, and we're still looking for a wave 4 and a 5 here. Yeah, and this is even can be even much more lower, because this can extend to several 1, 2s, and then wave 3, and then 4, 5, 4, 5, and you still have a 1, 2 there, bigger 4, 5. Well, we gotta be careful. It might turn, of course, very bearish in case the things will move for the 886, 1600, guys. So the possibility here for the bearish can increase so much in case, of course, it moves down. So if we take a look at the KGT as well for Ethereum, currently we see a little bit of rebound toward the upside. However, this is not looking really good for bullish. despite this a little bit aggressive move, but it's not enough. We have, of course, a bullish signal, but the bearish is still there. Also, as the same time, we have a pressure from the top here. If we go even a little bit bigger time frame here at the 1 minute chart, we can see also that we still have a bearish signal much more stronger than any bullish scenario, signals. Yeah, so they are all invalid here for the bullish. So therefore, of course, much more higher possibility here that we are bearish, and we still, of course, under selling pressure, guys. So we gotta be careful with it. Yeah, so we'll see how this will end up here. In case that it will end up as a W, X, and a Y, it should be, of course, a finished ABC. And then we push for higher, meaning, of course, it is much more preferable to see 5 ways up, 3 ways down, continuation toward the upside here to, of course, clarify or signal or confirm a bullish scenario, I would say, toward the upside. Yep, so this is regarding Ethereum. If we push for Solana. So for Solana, we're gonna see also the daily, the all-time history. So as expected for Solana since a long time ago, $75 will be taken, definitely minimum target here to finish up the 3 waves toward the downside. Now that because of course you might be in a leading diagonal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You want to finish up a wave 4 inside this blue box and then pushing a wave 5. If you are in several 1-2s, well, the minimum requirement is 0.38 for a wave 2. 3 waves has to be taken, meaning $73, $75 for Solana as well. And finally, a zigzag as a wave A. You are required 3 waves, but this one can be deeper, which is a wave B, and then pushing for higher again. Now, in case we are in this leading diagonal, which is the highest possibility here, yeah, we gotta be careful because obviously we have double 1-2s here. We have wave 3 and then wave 4 and a wave 5. A 4 and a 5 might still be unfolding here as per our counting, and we might still see, of course, lower prices. Yeah, so it might not be the end yet for Solana. And even internally, this wave 5, honestly, I don't see it anyway finished yet. Because it might be here a 1, 2, 3 only, and then we still need a wave 4 and a 5 to finish this wave 3, and then 4 and a 5. So yeah, it looks also very bearish, honestly, and we might still dive even deeper inside our blue box here. So we're gonna test potentially the 0.5 level. So as I mentioned, it's the minimum requirement 0.58 and not totally finished there. Yeah, so it's a minimum requirement, meaning okay, we can still drop down. Yeah, onto the blue box, and if it is a wave B, well, it can be, of course, even deeper. Yeah, so it can be an A and then B and a C later on. Yeah, so yeah, for Solana on the 1 hours or 2 hour chart, yeah, as mentioned, we're still looking for lower prices. Now I'm estimating a full impulse finish there, which I doubt it anyway. Yeah, so because anyway we have several 1-2s in the top here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as well for a wave 3, and then 4 and a 5, 4 and a 5. So I'm still anyway expecting lower prices there for Solana, and we gotta be careful with it, of course. So not finished yet at $67 even is not finished yet. We see a retracement, but this might be, of course, a wave 4 and then final wave 5 maybe. Then, of course, moving bullish again for Solana. If we take a look also at the 1 minute chart for the KGT, we see, of course, kind of like 5 waves starting to unfold here toward the upside. However, of course, here we didn't perfectly took the high. Now, yeah, which it can signal something as a leading diagonal, but yeah, the bearish signal is very strong still. Yeah, so we still have a strong bearish scenario, and also the invalidation for the bullish there. So pressure of selling are still there. We cannot say yet we are ready to push really for higher. And we might push only correctively, and then pushing for wave 5 later on. Yep, so this is regarding Solana. If we dive for SUI, also on the daily, yeah, for SUI as well, we are in a zigzag here, finished wave A. Potentially, we're looking for our wave B as a zigzag as well. And we are looking at SUI. Well, SUI should be done. Honestly, it looks like almost finished. the wave 5. I mean, how much deeper it's gonna go? So 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5 almost finished, because you can take a look here as 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5. So very likely that it might be finished here, the wave, exactly in our target, and it is already very, very deep. As I mentioned, on the linear, you have hit the 0.886 there, while on the logarithmic, you might still be in the perfect targets here for a wave 2 or a wave B, and in case we are in the deep wave B and then pushing for higher. But I would say it is time, of course, for SUI somehow to push for higher, because SUI somehow it has finished mostly all the count, unless we still have some in the micro. So we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, a 4, and a 5. The wave 5 here is also a huge 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. And the final wave 5 here is still unfolding as 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5. So maybe on the micro level, yeah, a little bit lower prices can be possible. Unless, of course, you can count this 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. But yeah, we have invalidation, so no, it has to be double 1, 2. Unless the double 1, 2 are finished here, 4, 4, and a 5, 4, and a 5 internally, and then we push for higher, okay? Because currently, of course, you see something as higher prices, the same as Solana, showing a potential of a leading diagonal. But I still doubt it. It might be in a wave A, and then having B and a C, and then pushing for lower later on. On the KGT as well, we have invalidation of the bearish signal is still there, very strong, and very, of course, yeah, very strong sell off here. So very likely that we might drop down again for new lows as well for SUI, guys. So not yet ready 100%, but I would say on the macro level, well, Solana SUI looks perfect. I mean, it looks finished perfectly, as an impulse, even 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5, and it's time to push for higher. But when it's gonna start, well, nobody knows exactly. Maybe until we finish, of course, the micro level here count, in case, of course, this is still unfolding as a 4545. So yeah, we'll watch, of course, lower than this, meaning 0.75 here, dollar, which is 75 cents. Very, very ugly number for SUI, yeah, after reaching the $3 and above almost. That's sad a little bit, of course, to see even $5 SUI, but $5. Wow, that means, of course, we dropped almost 90% for SUI. Let me check, guys. So yes, it's almost 90%. Yeah, that's very sad, honestly. So we'll see, of course, what's gonna happen. I mean, it's time to push for higher anyway. It has dried here. It's almost zero, so I'm not sure how much the market is gonna hold on to start, of course, the bull run for the altcoins actually. Yep, we'll see, guys. So that was it for Solana, Ethereum, and SUI. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your likes and comments. See you in the next one. Bye bye.